Tony and Jenny, along with their families, would like to welcome you and thank you for being a part of this special occasion. They'd also like to thank each one of you for the role that you've played in their lives. Now, who gives this woman to be Tony's bride?
Her mother and I.
Well done.
Now,
there you go. There you go.
take care.
All right.
Hi.
All right. Come here. Now turn so people can see your beautiful faces. All right. There you go. Now, Tony and Jenny met in what I would consider fairly... You guys, please be seated. Please. They met in what I would consider fairly romantic surroundings. They met at an ice skating rink. Tony was working as a supervisor. Jenny was teaching young kids how to spin and what have you. And yet, their first meeting wasn't exactly ice castles. Tony was walking through the skate shack, and he tripped over a pair of skates that was just thrown in the middle of the skate shack. And as he tripped over them, he said, "Who just threw their skates in the middle of this skate shack?" Well, in bounded Jenny, as only Jenny can bound. And she says, "They're mine." Well, from that moment, Tony turned from angry, somewhat anal Tony to romantic Antonia. Let me put it in Tony's words. Our eyes met and I was speechless. In that first minute, I loved her like I had known her my whole life. Well, unfortunately, Jenny didn't exactly feel the same way. But after several conversations, after a couple games of broomball, Tony was somehow able to convince her to go out on a date. And that's what brings us here today. Well, after several years of dating and waiting, Tony could wait no longer. And he realized it was time to make his move and ask for this young woman's hand in marriage. Now, Tony knew of three things that Jenny wanted with all of her heart. She wanted a dog. A pug, to be exact. She wanted a house, and she wanted a husband. Well, Tony, unfortunately, can only provide one of those things. And so at a birthday celebration for Jenny, Tony presented her with a box. And she opened up the box, and inside was a stuffed pug. Inside was a ceramic house, and inside the ceramic house was a ring and a card. And on that card, it said this: "You can have one of these, the pug, when you get one of these, the house. But you can't have these or those without this, the ring. But remember that these and those and this are worthless without God." Okay, now did you follow all that? Yeah, me either. Now, even though Tony was homeless and pugless, Jenny still said yes. Jenny loves that Tony is always attentive and always wants to know about her day. She loves the way he makes her laugh. She loves the way he loves God. And Jenny put it like this: "I can't imagine growing old with anyone else. God has put Tony in my life, and I feel so blessed." Some of the qualities that Tony values most about Jenny is her dedication, her willingness to try hard, her tenderness, her empathy, her motherly ways. Tony loves the way Jenny listens to him and accepts him. When I asked Tony why he wants to marry Jenny, this is what he said: "I want to share in the joys and sorrows of life with her, side by side, and emerge on the other end, old, tired, true, and smiling together."